Welcome back to the channel. Today, the Chicago Grookies are going to be taking on that one guy, coach of the Michigan Manetrics. That one guy, or Tog, as I'm going to be calling him for the rest of this, just so you know, is a really good friend of mine, and I'm really excited for this battle because he has a very scary team that I had to put a lot of prep into this week. Last time that I battled him, I haxed him out insane. It was not a good battle for him at all, and it didn't really feel good for me either to hax him out that bad, so I'm really hoping we get a fair fight this week, especially with the team that I made. I put, like I said, so much effort into this. I think it's a very creative team, and it might just work out. Let's take a look at my opponent's team. They have Aegislash, Latias, Mega Diancie, Rose Raid, Donphan, Feraligatr, Entei, Zapdos, Scrafty, and Zangoose. Some absolute huge threats on that team. The Aegislash, Latias, and Mega Diancie all hit really hard on the special side. Aegislash can also hit really hard on the physical side. Rose Raid's really annoying with Sleep Powder. It gets Technician on its Hidden Power, so those are all 90 base power, so I have to watch out for like Hidden Power Ice or Hidden Power Fire, a few other things. As well as Zapdos is just really annoying for my Mega Lopunny. Before we break down the team, I just want to say I did make a few changes to our overall roster of the Chicago Grookies. So last week, I dropped Noivern, Cloyster, and Durant, and picked up Hydreigon and Fortress. My team really needed a Dark type, as well as just better hazard removal. Cloyster just wasn't really doing the job, and when I originally got Noivern, I thought it learned Defog. It doesn't, so I decided to pick up Hydreigon as a Dark type. It's decently fast, very offensively strong, and then Fortress sets up a ton of hazards and removes them, and I'm actually going to be bringing both of them this week against Tog, so really good pickups. So taking a look at the team, first up, we have Gliscor here. This is a double dance Gliscor with Swords Dance and Agility. We have enough speed to outspeed Choice Scarf Latias at +2. The rest of it going into HP and special defense just to take some stray hidden power ices that might be coming our way. This set does so much damage. Earthquake is pretty much unresisted for most of his team, and then like things like Zapdos that do come in just get absolutely destroyed by Facade. I plan on using this at the end of the game as my sweeper, and the rest of the team is designed to break down his team to allow Gliscor to clean up at the end of the game. One of those Pokemon being Choice Scarf Celebi. We have enough speed to outspeed Choice Scarf Rose Raid because I am a little bit worried about that thing. We're rocking Leaf Storm, Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, and U-Turn. This set does get walled by Aegislash, but I'm really not thinking it's going to come this week. It doesn't have a great matchup into my team. Leaf Storm hits the Donphan and the Feraligatr. Dazzling Gleam is there specifically for the Scrafty, as well as hits the Latias, and then Psychic just does really good damage to the rest of his team. Third, we have Physically Defensive Hydreigon. Well, it's mixed defensive, but mainly Phys Dev. This is to take 3 Choice Band Stone Edges from a Entei. I sit on his team really hard with this. Dark Pulse and Flash Cannon hit the entire team. If I can get a nice prediction off on that Diancie, it would be fantastic. And Hydreigon is actually faster than Diancie pre-Mega, so if he doesn't expect or think about the Mega speed changes, I can bop him on that turn with a Flash Cannon. U-turns for momentum, and Roost is just to get back health. I really want hazards this week, but they're not easy to set up with that Mega Diancie having Magic Bounce, so we're bringing Fortress this week with a Custat Berry to maybe get like a low health Gyro Ball off. Maybe that Mega Diancie knocks me all the way down to my Sturdy, and then I'm able just to bop it with a Custat Berry Gyro Ball. Stealth Rocks are to get up my hazards because Mega Diancie is got to be threatened by Fortress and its steel moves. Volt Switch is just for switching out, and then Rapid Spin to remove hazards from my opponent, whether they have, spikes from Rose Raid or Stealth Rocks from Donphan. To allow Gliscor to set up easier, I wanted it to have screens, so Clefable seemed like the best option. We're rocking Moonblast, Soft Boiled, Light Screen, and Reflect. Again, this does get walled by Aegislash, and I'm taking a huge chance by running multiple Pokemon that can't touch it, but I do really think it's not a big deal. Slash Gliscor, Hydreigon, and Mega Lopunny can all handle it, so I think screens are going to work really well on Clefable here. And last but not least, I have bulky Mega Lopunny running Sub-Toxic Protect. This is to deal with the Zapdos, who has static in this generation, that I was really concerned of because if Mega Lopunny gets paralyzed, it's pretty much useless. Drain Punch is to get some health back, and it also hits the Aegislash. Since we have Scrappy, we're not concerned about its ghost typing. But yeah, that is the team. If you enjoy this battle, please drop a like and subscribe. Okay, here we are with the battle. My opponent brings Latias, Aegislash, which I really didn't want to see, but I think we'll be okay with dealing with. Mega Diancie, Zapdos, Entei, and Donphan. So the rest of those I totally get, just not really happy with seeing the Aegislash. I actually predicted the other 5 to come. I really was expecting those 5, so I'm totally cool with that. I think immediately leading Fortress here, and I can either set up my rocks or try to switch out with Volt Switch is a really good option here, so we're going to go in with that. Alright, and they lead Entei on our Fortress, which isn't really the best lead for us. We see Pressure, so we know that they're not Flash Fire, which I believe is its other ability in this generation. But we have a easy switch out into Hydreigon here. I'm not going to take any damage on this Fortress. This is just my dedicated switch in 1,000,000%. We eat that up. We take a burn, which is to be expected. That's alright. I'm just going to go for a Roost on here. There's nothing that he can immediately switch out to that's too threatening. If he goes Latias, that's not a huge deal. I have Fortress and Clefable as switch-ins to that. He also has to be fearing a Dragon or Dark move. DNC comes out, it's not a big deal as well because Flash Cannon will do so much damage to that. So I'm just going to Roost here once as Zapdos comes out. I'm not threatened by this Zapdos, so I'm going to Dark Pulse once just to see how much damage it can do. A Hidden Power Ice won't do that much damage back to me. And since we're already burned, I don't have to fear something like Toxic or a Paralysis. Burn is actually the best case scenario for Hydreigon. So we just see a Hidden Power come out. It does very little, and we do a decent chunk back to this Zapdos here. I might actually be able to find out if this is Phys Dev, which it's looking like it probably is. Yeah, so that's a min roll, so it definitely is a physically defensive Zapdos here. I'm just going to Roost up here, get a little bit of health back as they switch out here with Volt Switch. So I have to keep in mind they have Volt Switch, not U-Turn. That is good for us because I can block that with Gliscor at some point, maybe. They go out into Diancie here as I Roost up, and like I said, I will be faster than this if it's max speed, I believe. Yes, Hydreigon does outspeed max speed Diancie, and it won't get the Mega turn 1. So if he doesn't Protect here, he will drop to this Flash Cannon here. Let's see what happens. He does go for the Protect. Thought I could be a little cheeky, but it didn't work out. Not a big deal, though. I can just go out into Fortress here. If he does a ton of damage, I have the Custat Berry, and I can knock this out with Gyro Ball. So we're going to go Fortress here, and we just see a Moonblast come out, so that doesn't do too much damage back. I could Volt Switch out here, but it would be a possibility that Donphan can come in. We might also see Entei. I also kind of want to, like, Stealth Rock. He could have Hidden Power Fire, too, just to, like, destroy us here, but I feel like Gliscor might be more of a threat to this. I can't be sure, though. I don't think that he's going to have room, though, for Hidden Power Fire on this, so I'm going to go for one Volt Switch here. If they go out into Donphan, I have a pretty free switch into Hydreigon, so I'm going to just Volt Switch out here. They go Zapdos, so that was the good play there. I didn't think they would have room for Hidden Power on that set, especially if they're running Protect. I'm just going to go back out into Hydreigon on this because it walls it pretty well, and I don't even necessarily have to Roost here. I think I can get away with going for one Dark Pulse here and just dealing some nice damage. Nothing really wants to come in besides Diancie, but it really has to fear Flash Cannon. That would do a ton of damage to it. So I could also U-turn out and try to gain some momentum on this switching out, which isn't a horrible option either. Last time he went Diancie, and I feel like he won't do that again because it's a kind of a risky play, but he doesn't have the best switch-ins to this Hydreigon either way, so I'm going to U-turn out. He Hidden Powers. Oh, and he gets a crit. That's kind of nasty, actually, because now my Hydreigon is weakened, and I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to be able to heal it back up, possibly against the Donphan, but yeah, that was rough crit there for me. I think this is a good chance for me to go Clefable here and try to set up my screens on this Zapdos here. I'm going to go for the Light Screen first, and then we will go for the Reflect after. I'm just really worried about that Latias and that Diancie, so it just seems more necessary to go for the Light Screen first. And we do get it off. We don't get fully paralyzed here. I'm going to go Gliscor here on a Volt Switch so I can get my Toxic Orb activated, but it's definitely too early for Gliscor to be clicking any buttons yet. I still have to weaken a few more members of this team before I can do that, but I think getting the Toxic Orb is very important here. So I'm going to make one pivot into Gliscor. If they do Hidden Power Ice, it won't do a ton, and yeah, they just go for the Volt Switch there. I kind of am curious on what I do to this team if I start setting up, but I just don't think now is the time, especially since I know this is a Phys Dev Zapdos. I'm not sure how much I can start doing to it right away. So at +2, it doesn't look like I'm doing enough yet, but I'm really not in the best situation with this in my team right now. I'm not 3-hit KO'd by HPI, so I'm actually barely even 4-hit KO'd, so I kind of want to take a chance and set up one Swords Dance. If he goes for Hidden Power Ice, it's not really a big deal. I can hit really hard the following turn. I'm gonna go for a Swords Dance here on this. If they go Latias, I'll just switch out. If they go, something faster, it's no biggie, but I want to see if I can get set up on this. So they go Latias here hard. How much is this doing to me with like an Ice Beam? So it does not KO me here with an Ice Beam, but I do not do anywhere near enough damage yet. So we're just going to switch out here into Fortress here on an Ice Beam, which does come out. Hopefully no freeze, please. Okay, perfect. And I want to go for my Stealth Rocks, but I also think Gyro Ball is just a really good play because of how fast this thing is. If rocks do go up on my side of the field, though, it's not really the end of the world. I'm going to click Stealth Rocks here because I can very easily rapid spin them away. Yes, Aegislash is there, but I don't think Aegislash really has like a great matchup into my team. Like, it's not horrible, but it's not great. I doubt that it's running too much speed, so Hydreigon can probably roost up on that. I will have to watch for Sacred Sword, though, which it most likely will have. All right, Zapdos comes up here on our Stealth Rocks. That is awesome because now I have those up. And this is a static Zapdos, so it's not allowed to run Defog. It can't run both the ability static and Defog, so I don't have to worry about this clearing hazards. Heat Wave won't knock me out, so I have a very free Volt Switch here. If Donphan comes out, it will be able to Rapid Spin on me, but I get to go out into Celebi, and then I have a little bit of pressure on him at that point. All right, Latias comes out here as we switch out, so we get a little bit of chip damage out on this thing. Not much at all, though. I'm going to go out into Clefable here. I do kind of want to Moonblast, but at the same time, Aegislash can come out here, and then I'm not in a good position at all. So I kind of want to double out into Hydreigon here, knowing that I'm probably faster than Aegislash. And if they do not end up going Aegislash and they just click an attacking move, I don't think it's the end of the world if Hydreigon goes down, because I can't, play around trying to keep it alive forever. So I think now is a better time than any to either sack this or possibly get it to roost up on an Aegislash here. So we're going to go Hydreigon here. Donphan comes out, so this is another possibility I might be able to roost up on. It does get Ice Shard, though, which I'm not sure if that'll KO me from this range, but I think it's still one of those situations where it's just either roost or go down, so I'm going to click it here. They don't end up going for the ice move. They knock off my leftovers, which is annoying because now I'm going to take more from the burn damage every time, but at least Hydreigon is still here, and I'm just going to Dark Pulse and wear down this. I almost called it a Great Tusk. It's just a Donphan, though. I'm going to try to wear this Donphan down here. Might not have Ice Shard on this build, but I'm kind of shocked because I thought he would have that for Gliscor. So just going to roost up again here if I can, as they get their rocks up. I still have Fortress, though, so I'm not super worried about it. I'm going to Flash Cannon this time, maybe catch Diancie. Nope, we see Zapdos come out. That makes sense, though. They don't really want to risk the Diancie here. I need to get a Toxic off on this with my Lopunny at some point here, but it's just not the easiest thing to do. I'm actually questioning if this is even going to have Heat Wave on it. Fortress might be able to come in on this and get rocks up at a point soon, or remove the Stealth Rocks with Rapid Spin. I'm going to go Clefable here, though. This is another opportunity for me to get my screens up here if I don't get paralyzed. They Volt Switch out, so we probably see Aegislash come in here. This is a pretty free opportunity for it. No, we just see Donphan come out, and I do not want Clefable to lose the Light Clay that it has at the moment, so I kind of want to just go out into Hydreigon here since they've already been knock off my item previously. Yeah, so we take very little from that, and I can just roost here, but then it just allows this to get a free switch, so I'm just going to Dark Pulse here. I need to start wearing down this Zapdos. Ooh, and we get a nasty crit back on it, which is super nice because that's just revenge for getting a crit with Hidden Power Ice on me. So this Zapdos is really getting worn down here. Hydreigon is probably going to go down here. I can't preserve it because it'll die to Stealth Rocks, so we're just going to drop. Oh, all right, he roosts, so we're going to do some damage here with Dark Pulse, and we go down to burn anyway here. So I'm going to go into Mega Lopunny here because this Zapdos actually cannot break my substitute with a Volt Switch here. And if they try to Thunder Wave, it just does nothing to them. So I'm going to go Mega Lopunny here, Mega Evolve, and I am going to substitute. I should be faster than them. So yeah, we're just going to substitute here. This would be a lot different of a scenario if Volt Switch could break my sub, but the max HP really is coming in clutch here on Mega Lopunny. So we go for the substitute. Let's see what they do. They just roost. So we have a free sub up on this now. And I can just go for Toxic here on this and start to whittle this thing down. Awesome. We get it off. Volt Switch connects, and it does break my substitute. Okay, so this has more special attack investment than I maybe was led to believe. All right, we see Latias. I'm just going to go Clefable here. I don't want to start taking damage on Mega Lopunny, as they go for a Calm Mind. So they're going to start trying to go for game here, and I don't really know how much I can do about that. I'm going to go for Moonblast here. Hopefully we don't get fully paired. Oh, and we get a huge crit plus a special attack drop. Clefable, you absolute monster. That doesn't really save us here because they probably have Roost, but it is a huge help. Hopefully we can continue to do some really good damage here. The special attack drop also just means that we can take hits a little bit better. All right, they go just to start doing some damage, and we actually get fully paralyzed this turn, which is really unfortunate. I want a soft-boiled because they don't 2-hit KO me, but they probably, if they have Bolt Beam coverage, they probably have Roost. I'm going to soft-boiled here because if we get paralyzed, we get paralyzed. Awesome. All right, so now we can take one more hit. If I keep I can keep soft-boiling here, but it just allows them, yeah, to keep Calm Minding. So we're going to Moonblast. Oh, that does so little. Oh, that crit was so necessary. Oh my god. I'm going to Light Screen here once if I can. Okay, we get the Light Screen off here. And then I'm going to just Moonblast until we go down. And then I think I can go out into Celebi and maybe U-turn. I don't know. This is not good. All right, Fortress can take at least one hit from this, possibly two. So I'm going to go out into that and then just start going for Gyro Balls here. All right, we do 35%. That's not bad at all. We don't know this thing's last move, though, which could be a bit concerning, because if it just goes for Roost here, we might just lose to this, unfortunately. Which, if it has Bolt Beam... Oh, they crit. No way. That's so bad. Does Celebi knock this out here with U-turn? If not, I think we just lose. Okay, according to this, if they're max HP, U-turn can kill. So we're going to go out into Celebi and U-turn and hopefully prevent the 6-0. All right, we prevented a 6-0. That's literally all we needed. The crazy thing is, though, is Lopunny actually isn't, like, horrible here. It's not the greatest, but it's not horrible. I think ultimately, though, I need to go Gliscor here. I think if I'm going to set up with Gliscor, it has to be right now while I have a light screen in front of me. Entei comes out here. I'm going to Agility first. Holy crap. That must be Choice Band, because there's no way it would do that much damage otherwise, and I'm pretty sure I won't be able to knock it out here with an Earthquake, but I'm going to go for it. We do about 70%, and we go down to a Sacred Fire there. This is looking like it's going to be GG's. I'm going to go Celebi here and let off a Psychic, but Aegislash is looking like it's going to beat us here. Man, that's rough. That's definitely Choice Band Entei. There's no way that would do that much otherwise. Zapdos comes out here. That's some nice toxic damage. I'm not going to just, like, switch and start taking a bunch of damage. I'm just going to keep attacking here. Oh, that's actually, like, if there was anything you had to click there, Thunder Wave's not the worst thing in the world because I can just switch out and reset that. So I'm going to go Lopunny here if he wants to keep roosting. Watch him, like, Hidden Power here, though. Oh, he Volt Switched. Oof. I kind of wanted to get rid of the Para, so. All right, we see Aegislash come out here. I do have enough HP if I want to substitute here. I could also Drain Punch and try to get a little bit of health back and just damage this thing. I don't know. I'm going to Protect. Let's just see what he wants to do. Yeah, let's get him into this form. Get him into the weak form. He probably goes for the stance change here, though, or King's Shield so that he gets the stance change into the other form. Nope, he goes Zapdos here, so we're going to get a free substitute off here. All right, Lopunny, do your thing. Do your thing. And I think I have to just risk the static here, otherwise he's going to just start roosting. Come on, no static, no static. Let's go. All right, we have Mega Lopunny behind a sub. When there's a will, there's a way, right? Maybe? Maybe? I can't really Toxic Stall this thing down. It's so bulky, and I just don't have... I have no way to get health back besides just Drain Punch, so we're going to go for a Drain Punch here. Oh, we get a crit. Let's go, Lopunny. But it's not going to save us. It will never be enough to save us here. I could switch out into Celebi, but I don't think it's worth it. Oh my god, we live. No way. All right, Lopunny. Come on, knock him out. Get the roll, get the roll, get the roll. Oh, he got a min roll there. What the hell? That was bad. Ugh, I tried. I did try. But now this stupid Aegislash just comes in and walls Celebi here. Spit F drop. Damn. It was a good battle. I didn't think Aegislash was going to come. I really thought that I, overall, had a very good matchup into Aegislash and that it wouldn't come, and so I really banked on that fact, but unfortunately, it did end up coming here, and it wasn't even the biggest, like, factor in my team. I just really got worn down by Zapdos, and that Latias did a ton of work. So, GG's to Tog, he really deserves it, especially after last time. But if you enjoyed this battle, please drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all later. Peace.